Hello and welcome to Final Whistle Studio. We are here this morning with 12 Johnny. Okay. So the first match of the day is Tottenham versus Manchester United. In their previous meetings, their 4 previous meetings, Man U are yet to be the 3 points against Tottenham. So Mr. White, what do you think the outcome of this game?
It's going to be a very tough match. It's going to be a very tough match because last season Tottenham won Man U 4 times. Won the Premier League. Tottenham eliminated Man U in the Carabao Cup. I know. But you see, the truth is, if there is one thing I respect about the Tottenham team and this their new coach is Thomas Frank. I expect a very tough match, to be honest, because Thomas Frank set up his team according to the opponent. That's how he set up his team. He does not set up his team. He does not have a particular system for every match. Every match have his own approach. You get the point. And so, but I expect it to be a very tough game. But at the same time, I'm seeing a hard-fought win for Manchester United. Mm-hmm. I will just want to see. The truth is, this season, I keep saying it, United have not been that bad. Yeah. We are on a review system. We are trying to come up. And it is a good thing that we have a coach now that is picking up, getting every details of the match, doing some things necessary. Yeah. We just know that one of the things affecting us right now is the left wing. That of playing that left wing back is already giving us what we want. I would have loved my coach to gamble, start Lisandro Martinez, start Maguire, start Delete. Then you push Luke Shaw for this match in that left wing back. Then maybe you see how the game is going. After second half, you can now bring in Euro, then take out Martinez, so that, because if there's one thing I will give credit to my coach is his ability to manage injury-prone players. We can see that this season so far, Lucia has given us 10 games.
Yeah.
Which is a really big plus. Then this guy have been reintegrated back to the team, Malaysia. And this could be a game for him too. Maybe bring him second half and see how he dominates. Or if you still want to maintain your Lucia, then please, instead of that, give us a Mazarawi or somebody that can be able to run properly that flank and give us the maximum best. You get what I'm trying to say. But with all odds, I see a hard-fought win for United. Yes, United maybe a narrow 1-0 win, 2-1 win. Because I'll give credit to Tottenham, to be honest. Their midfield setup is super. You have the likes of you have the likes of now when you even pass midfield, you go see the facts because that their midfield, one player they bought that I wished I kept crying because United kept pushing that one. He even went to Bayern, was Pahina. Now you see playing against Pahina and that midfield, they used to play Berkato, they play Sa. Yeah. You get these guys are guys that can come anytime and wound you, but nevertheless, with what we are playing, I think this should be a time of revenge for us. Because possibly, let's say maybe that's what we've been doing this season, except for the Nottingham Forest that 2 defensive mistakes led to that, there are 2 early goals and the rest, because it still boils down to not covering up properly. You get the point. Yeah. I would have won that match. Thank God to their defense. That 9-minute clearance of that Ahmad shot that the defender pulled out. So would have won the match. But so far, I want to really give kudos to my team. They are improving. They are coming up. We are not there yet, but we are not where we used to be. You get the point. We are not there, but we are not where we used to be. Take it from me, Nottingham Forest last match, Man United of last season, we lose that match. They go load us where you get.
Yeah.
But this season, I've seen something happen that Man U have not had an early lead or goal, then came back to lose the match this season.
Yeah.
And Man U have not been like being a team that first score, they ended up losing the match. So it's just one thing, but I would really want our boys to give in their best. If I would suggest the coach should not start successful, this kind of match you need a more proactive attackers. So I would prefer a Mount, Cunha, and Mbemo. We see how Mount run around the pitch. That guy is everywhere. You don't know if he's in the midfield, you don't know if he's in the flank, you don't know if he's in defense. Like our match against that Brighton match, there was one tracking he did, an attacker going to defend. I had to go and slide and carry that ball to corner kick. That's what we're trying to talk about. You see, gradually we are beginning to have players that are willing to die for the badge, that are willing to play for the badge. It's not just about you being there because of the money, but giving your all because you know this is Manchester United. And it's a good thing. I would want to see my coach pick up after winning the Premier League Manager of the Month.
Okay, let's talk about the manager. I think he deserves it over Arteta.
Okay, now the truth is this. Without being biased, I would want to give Arteta that credit. And why would I want to give him the credit? Played your matches in October, had unbeaten runs then with, I think, from the league and even in the Champions League. So 4 clean sheets and like that.
It was actually no, in October it was 7.
In October for Premier League.
It was 3.
It was 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Then the Champions
So we are talking of, because in the Premier League, they give manager of the month, they don't give you for what you do in Europe.
Yeah,
they give you for
that's why I have to bring that Premier League stuff.
So 3 clean sheets and like that. Now, the truth is, I wouldn't know the criteria. But I know
fans usually vote.
Good. I know
I also
voting. Okay, so I know voting plays a role, and if it is by voting, Amorim might win ahead of Arteta. Reason be that this, we know that the United fan base United have more fan base.
Even Arsenal fans, they voted for him because they don't like the award. They usually carry the
You mean Arsenal fans voted for
Amorim? Even me, I voted for Amorim.
Okay, so maybe by voting, but if we want to talk of clear statistics, then maybe another thing I felt worked for Amorim was judging the fact that Amorim going to Anfield to beat Liverpool, a team that won Arsenal.
That wouldn't have been a point.
No, I'm just saying because I'm not saying it's a criteria. I am just saying from my own point of view. You get the point, because a team that in their history, in the last 5 years, if not more than so, I don't think Liverpool have lost in Anfield until this their recent break. You know, before Man United, they kept saying their losses were not in Anfield. It was because they were playing away. Not until they now met Manchester United in Anfield, and United were lucky to pick the win. You get the point. Then I also feel coming to beat Brighton that won you home and away last season. You get the point what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
I don't know what was the factor, but if it is strictly by voting, then I can tell you it is the vote that gave Amorim the upper hand. If it's for Mbemo, nobody can question Mbemo's a player of the month award. But for Amorim, I can tell you maybe the voting played the upper hand. But if you want to look at stats and the whole of them, I can tell you as a Man U fan that Arsenal, Arteta should have picked him, because keeping those clean sheets, I don't know if the levels of goals too plays a role. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
Because maybe in that 3 matches we are saying now, Arsenal goal ratio was not
Arsenal have Manchester United had considered 4, considered 3, and then 5 goals.
So
what do you think about the match?
Um, I don't think there's a much different opinion as regards what Mr. West said. The only controversy I have is just between the lineup he's trying to bring up. Considering the attack that Tottenham have now, you cannot be playing a central defensive the two defensive players. Like talk about Maguire, we talk about the likes. You also talk about Martinez. But then,
That's what mine is doing.
as compared to no, like he said something rightly that Thomas Frank is not doesn't have a regular first 11. He plays his match according to the opponent he's facing.
Like not so regular, but I said he does not have a particular system.
Yes, he plays according to the team he's facing. Now, when Manchester United is playing Tottenham, and then you have the likes of Mohamed Kudus, you have the likes of Xavi Simons coming to attack your defense. I think you should be reasonable enough to bring in defensive right backs, like the right back, the left back. That will be able to stop the likes of Cruz.
Now, that's why I thought of playing Martinez and Lucio as a left wing back. Because if Lucio is there and you have Martinez, we all know what Martinez, on a normal day, Martinez fit, we all know what Martinez can give.
Yes.
Now, I can tell you categorically clear, without being sentiment or biased here, I can tell you if Martinez was in that Manchester United squad that played that final, I could bet you that if United would have lost that match, possibly in a penalty shootout. Because if you look at what Angie played that day, the whole Angie that played the pressing football, the moment he got that one goal, all his team went back to defense. That one goal was because they knew that if they want to come out to play United at that moment, they will do this thing. And that was why, even with the defense, we kept sending threats. If not to that Van der Ven goal line this thing. And why I mentioned Maguire is because we know Tottenham are good in set piece. Presently, in their last 3 matches, in all competitions, they've had 3 goals from set pieces. Van der Ven scoring those kind of goals.
Yeah.
You get the point.
Yeah.
So we will just need somebody that have that awareness in area duels. That when the ball is coming to the 18, the presence of Maguire, you get my point.
Yeah.
That can easily maybe take it out or something. You understand me? And that's why I talked to, because of that, because if you're ever talking of Xavi Simons is not, because this season he has not been there.
Yes.
I would be scared of Brenda Johnson.
Yes.
More than Xavi Simons.
But there is something you need to put in consideration right there. Xavi Simons, when he arrived to Tottenham had a solid, should I say, a formation in midfield. Not until they recently picked up injuries that led to Xavi Simons' introduction in the team. If you check a critical look from the past 2-3 games, Xavi Simons was introduced because there was an injury, not because the coach initially fixed him on the first 11 team. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if we're talking about the midfield Manchester United is having, you made mention of Manchester United, Amorim starting Wemu, Cunha, and this guy Mount. That is where I think there should be an error, or there will be an error. Who do you want to be the point man?
Now, let me tell you something. Playing defenders like Romero and Van der Ven.
Romero is injured.
He's back. He played their last match. Even Chelsea match, he came second half. He's fit. Playing a defender like Romero or Van der Ven or Danso and Van der Ven, let me tell you one big mistake you can make, is to play a point man. Because once they know Sesko is that point man, and we know Sesko don't do that kind of flashy runs.
Yeah. Yes.
You get the point. It will be easy to mark Sesko, and that's what affected us against Nottingham Forest. And that was why that match, a lot of people were complaining about Sesko performance. Because it was easy for them to mark him out. But blame Cunha in that 9. A player that, let's say, the worst thing defenders want to play against is playing against a player that does not stay in one place.
Yeah. Yes.
That kind of player, you can't mark him. And if you check with how good Arsenal defensive record is those kind of players that give Arsenal defense headache. Those kind of players that don't stay one place. Because if Cunha is there as your first 9, and Mount is here, because in their previous matches that they've played together, you see them interchange. At times, you just thought you will not see Cunha in that 9. He has swapped. It is Mount you're seeing. Cunha is on the flank. So, Cunha is that kind of player that does not stay one place. So, the defender don't know who to mark. You understand what I'm trying to say? Because in this minute, you're with Cunha. In the next minute, you're not seeing Cunha again. You're seeing this person. And because now, if you're going with Sesko, every defender is just cautious of Sesko is here. All I can do is this. Push Van der Ven forward. Keep Romero with Sesko. So any ball coming, it will be easy. So the only effect of Sesko might be in what I'm saying, second half. You bring him in maybe by that time, luckily. Let's say United have been able to steal a goal. Alright?
Yes.
Then you bring in Sesko. So that some pull out, because as per that time, the team is already destabilized.
Yes. So and there's confidence from
you get the point.
So looking at the point, what do you think will win?
You see, Tottenham can be one annoying team at times. You see them win the last previous match, and then you are giving much hope, and you have high hopes on them. And then in the next match, you see that if you are a gambler, they will just give you one heart attack. So I would have said yes, Tottenham will have a narrow win, but there is no consistency with Tottenham. Right. So it could be either a draw or a narrow win for Manchester United, just as Mr. Wood have said.